You know the Maverick already. I want to laugh and I want to cry. Because the big World Cup qualification set for kick off tomorrow, Thursday. And right now the news a trickle through say, rather than the 6:30 original schedule for the game will now be played at 3:30 in the Sonat on a weekday. And that is obviously not a good look for the Jamaican national team and the support that we were hoping they would get for this crucial opener in the World Cup qualifier. And we know instinctively a lot of people are going to say anything have to do with football and the JFF will get beaten. But people, you see this time around, this particular national disgrace, not upon the JFF. All right, upon the government of Jamaica and the Ministry of Sport and the minister responsible for the portfolio of sport. Because these light issues, the government has been aware of them for months. Things come up in the record where the Minister of Sport, in responding to the light issues being brought up at the National Stadium by the opposition spokesperson for sports, bring up the issue of the lights from Champs this year, Champs, because the broadcasters at Champs did not complain about the inadequacy of the light. And the opposition spokesperson and sport brought it up. I mean, look on the article and read the article. Where the Minister of Sport, a pushback and a refute, said the lights at the stadium were inadequate. And see it come back, become embarrassing. With a last minute switch at the big World Cup qualifier, we're supposed to play at the 6:30 cool on a Thursday evening, where people can leave work and come pack up the stadium and support the Reggae Boys for the start of the World Cup campaign. We are starting the World Cup campaign on a buffoonery footing. Now, people, me make some checks since the decision come down. And the government was fully aware of the urgency of the situation. And it was not a matter of finances, not a matter of money. This is just plain and straight. Either a matter of sabotage or a matter of incompetence and unprofessionalism. Because me dip on the radio, I do the sports explosion in the morning time, where me I interface and I interact with the sports fans out there. Me I give away some tickets for the match and all them something. Since the decision came down, say it's 3:30 the match I play. Half of the people them will win tickets for go at the game. Contact me and say them can't go at the game again, Because it's a weekday game, and if you put the game at 3:30, you rule out a huge amount of people who have to work and also have to travel, not just from round town, and on the periphery of Kingston, but to travel from out of town and to travel from overseas. So this is so embarrassing on all fronts. And again, people, it no matter the color of your shirt, make we just call a spade a spade. This government once again, this administration once again, shows say them not really rate, respect, love and passionate about Jamaican sport. They're happy for the photo apps when the teams qualify for World Cup or when the Olympians win the medals and them come back, them jump and parade and them make speech and tell you how them love sport. Well, lip service. Simple fundamentals. We just offer some simple support services to facilitate the teams for do what them do and the individuals for do what them do. And they keep falling down on it time after time after time after time. Cavalier Football Club, and Harbourview played in the CONCACAF Championship months ago from last year. And they were fined, because of the inadequacy of the light, This is separate from the Champs saga, where there were complaints during boys and girls champs, said the lighting was poor, This is no further definitive proof. Says something happened about the stadium lighting before the World Cup qualifying. Because CONCACAF is the same body that ran the CONCACAF Championship, is the same body that will approve the lighting at the stadium for World Cup qualifying. So there's a clear beam line, between what CONCACAF said about the adequacy or the inadequacy of the light to the ability for us to play the World Cup qualifiers under light, In other words, if CONCACAF tell you, say, for the club championship to Cavalier Harborview play, these lights are inadequate. There is no way on God's earth the lights are going to be adequate for World Cup qualifiers. And then came now this mad rush where the weekend, last weekend, before the game, we play Thursday or so, Last weekend is when we hear say, them import the lights from abroad. If you come in time for Monday, for them install it, for CONCACAF inspect it in time, for approve it for the game Thursday. Well, as it turned out, CONCACAF deadline passed. Because CONCACAF, understandably, them need 5 days to approve the lighting, to give the green light for the game play. Because they have to answer to broadcast rights, obligations, Television, people have to need time to set up. They have to consider the travel arrangements, and not just the home team, travel arrangements and the visiting team, hotel arrangements, security arrangements. If it stage a football match of this magnitude, a World Cup qualifiers, a whole logistical input of make the thing happen like how you see it, So we can't just the day before the match, when the match schedule, if we go 3:30, when the match schedule, if we play 6:30, we just decide to say, oh, yeah, well, we're going to switch it to 3:30, and everything just run normal. The governing body have to get everything in order beforehand so they can inform the relevant elements to come together to make the thing work. And you know Jamaica already. We are so in tribal that you have people who want to blame the JFF, they want to blame this, they want to blame Cavalier, they want to blame that. It's the government responsibility. The national stadium is owned by the government. And the government was aware, and they have been aware, that the lights are inadequate for international competition. The JFF, me understand, have been reaching out, communicating, begging the government to sort out something. See, another embarrassment take Jamaica. We have to change game to 3:30 at the 9th hour. And not to mention how much this change is going to affect the crowd support when the team so woefully needs, Boy, me I tell you, say Jamaica is a place more time. If you follow Jamaica and take Jamaica serious, you turn fool in this, Mad in this, Mad out in this, me I tell you, say, Simple thing, Like to fix 2 bulb, plug in 2 bulb in the lamp, in the light up and see them, And it has one mad late minute skirmish and embarrassment now. We blame game and go around now. But people, we blame the JFF for a whole party. And the JFF for blame for this. The government did know. The government knew from it was raised that champs. Because we're so tribal, at the time the minister in charge, she refuted the claims that the lights were inadequate. All because the other party say it, I'm telling you all the while on this channel here, one of the things we have up this country here, is with tribalism, people. And I hope a tribalist step on that channel here too, Enough time me running around up on the channel too. What if we drop it? Nobody can take a principled position in defense of them